The fact that I had paused to make this one tells me that I think I'm onto something. I hate being fat. And the question is like, why do I hate being fat? Now, you ask yourself, there's really two ways around this. One is that you can be healthy, right? And you could be in a good weight. But the reality is that easier than that is just to stop caring what you look like. And I actually had someone that said to me, like, most men don't care that they're fat. And I was like, wow, that's really fascinating. I didn't know if that's true or not. I can completely never relate to that. But I was thinking to myself, like, that might actually be a more effective method than trying to always stay healthy, right? So because like, maybe you just shouldn't care. But that being aside, why do I hate being fat? So it's very interesting, right? Now, why would I make this message? Because most people, practically speaking, in my communities don't know, because I've spent a lot of time not as big as I once was, and talking about how I lost 100 pounds, whatever it was. Most people know that but most people don't realize that I'm always looking at myself as fat, and that where I currently am is a lot heavier than I want to be walking around as. Now, why is that a big deal, and why do I want to share it? Simply like this. It's not really about what I look like on the outside, because I realize, like, A, there's, different colors you can wear, which can hide your rolls. And B, it's like most people don't care. And C, like, I've learned that having a charismatic personality doesn't really, that can overweigh in a lot of ways, having a fantastic body. But all of those things put together, for me, being fat means being weak. Because when I was a kid, so we medicated everything with food, and nothing made it easier. Like, at the end of the day, like, sit down and just stuff your face. And I remember that. And I have all these positive memories around food. And when I go into dark places, which, believe it or not, happens a fair amount, food is usually the first thing I go to in order to make myself feel better. So the fatness is not necessarily that I hate it or that I can't overcome it. I do, right? I do hate it. But the reality is, more than that, it symbolizes weakness. Now, how do you deal with that? I think the first thing is to have compassion to yourself. Have compassion on yourself, because when I can be more compassionate with myself, I realize that the weakness probably comes from things. There are difficult, stressful factors in my life that I'm trying to mitigate. And if I can embrace that, and I can realize that I'm going to feel so much better, like, it's not going to actually solve any of my problems, then I can calm it down. And when I'm calm and when I'm relaxed, and then I can sort of like reorient myself and not feel like I'm going into like this, red line mode where I just have to stuff my face, but rather I can calm it down and say, what do I really need and what's gonna make me feel better on the long term? And when I can pull out of the emotional thinking and I go into my head, then it becomes very easy to basically acknowledge the desire to go eat 25 cakes and then not to do it.